Earth moving into a positive timeline detected. Hello again, thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are very well today. I am Mari. This information can be seen as science fiction, or as the viewer sees best, and I post it for entertainment purposes only. Still, I take my information very seriously, and for whoever has eyes to see. One of the most important tasks we do up here in Starship Toleka is to watch over everything happening on Earth, look at the media, analyze the data, connect all the dots, and then draw conclusions. This job is mostly done by our crew members in CIC, which is the information and intelligence gathering deck on this starship. This information gathering is done mostly by looking at everything that is going on the internet, but we also recollect local information using our drones, as we are well aware that the internet is highly manipulated. Our drones, and smaller fighter-class starships, recollect information from local TV and radio stations all around the world, and the data is added to the one obtained from the general internet directly from CIC, all to shape a more accurate picture of what is going on. Moreover, information is also recollected by our crew members, simply as they go along their day watching the internet, while they follow their own interests, although this is mostly for the ones who have a strong connection with Earth, and a reason to watch things from there. All this mass of recollected information is then added to the information we have up here, which is either coming from data the Galactic Federation's local headquarters provides us, or is coming from other star races, which also like to share what they have been finding out with us, for example, the Irma, with which we have a very good relationship. And then, all the information is processed by our computers, which will determine which would be the most probable outcomes, based on how all the events are unfolding all over Earth, and how they all interconnect with each other, and with what is also happening outside Earth, with the star races who are heavily influencing it from close orbit. The final step of all this information processing is when the data our computers give us after they analyze everything, is then discussed among the Taygetans, in on-board ship councils, which take place at least 2 times a week, and it is here where the real decisions are made, about what all that data means. As I've said many times before, the powers that be, the oligarchs and the cabal which control Earth, cannot do anything if the general population does not cooperate. What the people do, and what the people want, is what really steers the course and future of the planet, even though it may not look as so from below. Believe me, I understand you, as I was once there as well. This can be clearly seen simply by analyzing and observing the amount of energy and effort the powers that be on Earth dedicate to mind controlling and guiding the population. If it were as simple as imposing complete tyrannical laws and regulations on the population of the entire planet, they would have done so already, although we all know that this is what they desire the most. So the ones in power, and at all levels, must confuse and mind control the population into accepting, and even asking for more new laws and regulations, believing that they are good for them, but which in reality only benefit those in power. With this they can impose tyrannical governments in limited places all over the Earth, but not yet as one tyrannical planetary government, although this is their obvious goal, although ultimately they want more than planet Earth, as their cabal motto says, and I quote, "The world is not enough," end quote. Judging by the enormous amount of resources of all kinds, which the cabal dedicates to mind controlling, confusing, and guiding the entire population. In other words, all the controllers of Earth, from the ones in the lowest places of power, to the Galactic Federation itself, dedicate an enormous amount of effort to maintain their matrix on Earth. This demonstrates the importance and the power the general population really has. Even when they dedicate so much effort to impose their tyrannical regulations on the population of Earth. If the people say no to them, with enough unity and strength, then it is a no, and they cannot do anything about it, and they must step back. And, right now on Earth, the people are saying no to countless tyrannical agendas and plans. At first, we thought that this next information was only more elaborate misinformation coming from the cabal itself, to misguide the efforts of all those of you who are working against their evil plans. In the same way, they did so during the past US election with the so-called Patriot movement, with which they mislead the population into thinking that it was best to do nothing, and simply sit back, and enjoy the show, as they said. Although this may still be the case, the information which is adding up, does indicate that their evil and dreaded, Agenda 2030, is crumbling. Gigantic institutions such as JP Morgan and BlackRock, among others, are said to be backing off from financing things which have a lot to do with it. Car manufacturers are backing away from their useless and highly contaminating electric vehicles, which are only used to blind the population from their real intentions, which are to prohibit the general population from having their own personal vehicles, which work efficiently and with great autonomy, attributes electric vehicles are incapable of providing, due to their high costs, limited charge and lifespan of their batteries, and the impossibility to recycle them. Leaving hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of broken and obsolete electric vehicles to rot in graveyards, heavily contaminating the soils and the water of the entire area, as their lithium batteries leak their toxic substances into the ground. The citizens of Earth do not want electric vehicles, as they are linked to the destruction of humankind, because they only sell them the idea that they do not pollute, when in fact they are the worst pollutants you can possibly think of, related to vehicles. People in general are waking up all over the planet, realizing the governmental lies they were told, waking up to the hard truth that the world is ruled by heartless, soulless liars, who invent false illnesses and false problems, to sell the imposition of solutions. Notice yet again how they must cause a problem to sell the solution, and not impose it directly, or it would backfire against them, exactly as many of their evil plans are backfiring against them right now all over the place. I know most people still believe in democracy, and the goodness in the hearts of politicians, thinking that they wouldn't be capable of doing the despicable things they are told they are, simply because they, the people, wouldn't be capable of doing such horrible things. But more and more of them are realizing they have been lied to, and how the world really works, each one of them to the limit of their awareness capacity, of course. Farmers are rebelling against the cruel government regulations against them, regulations which would only bring famine and the destruction of society, with a new planetary reset, because people all over are realizing those regulations do not make any sense. Much less when they are being imposed the idea of eating bugs and insects instead, all in the name of a false and non-existent problem that has to do with exhaling perfectly natural and harmless gases, if you know what I mean. All over the planet there is a silent mass of people who are making the change towards a more positive timeline and future. They may not know each other, and each one of them may feel he or she is alone, but they are not. You are not alone, far from it. As there is a general collective unconscious, which communicates all beings with similar vibrations of the mind, there is also a collective unconscious which connects and unites all the like-minded awakened ones. You do not need to know them all, they are there, and they are with you. All those like-minded star seeds you do not know, and with whom you are changing the entire planet towards the good. It looks like things are turning towards the good and the positive, globally speaking. And this is your doing, this is your achievement, this is what all of you beautiful star seeds are achieving, despite your deep feelings of solitude, and of not being able to do enough. All you need to do is state your opinion. You do not need to defend it if you feel you cannot, or should not in one or another given situation, but let it be known, so others can see and smell that they are not alone. The cabal and the evil ones will fight back. I know, it is indeed a fight of good against evil. This is far from over, and there is still much to do, I know, so do not let your guard down at any time. Be watchful and wise, critical and discerning. And many more sad and terrible things will come to pass, but you are there, dear starseeds, and you are fighting harder than ever, and your results are starting to show. And you are not alone there on Earth, as your star family is watching you from above. That is what we are here for. You are the cavalry, and we are your air support. Take care, my friends, and go on to do those beautiful things you do in your life, as living in your truth and with honor is more than enough to set the difference there. Show those others, especially those in places of power, what honor and integrity really mean. I salute you for your great achievements, dear starseeds. Take care, and enjoy your internal combustion engines. Their roar and rumble is the sound of freedom, however difficult to understand that may be for most. And oil is not running out either, as it is highly renewable. I send you all a big kiss and a great hug for you all, as we celebrate your achievements. I am so proud of you all. Thank you for watching my video, and for liking, sharing, and subscribing for more. And I hope to see you here next time. With all my love, your friend, Mari Swaruu.